Hey, Rebecca.
Hey, Lola.
So what's been on your radar this month?
So the first thing that's been on my radar this month are brand hotlines. So we've seen a load of activity around marathon season, and part of that has been hotlines. We've had Tracksmith, the US running brand, doing one where people can call up and the team kind of calm any pre-race jitters with stories of marathons they've run or tips that they've got. And we've also seen other brands do this in the past. So we saw the US skincare brand Topicals, who are always really kind of pop culturally switched on, do a campaign riffing around the idea of that. And clearly the idea of having an unscripted conversation is really resonating with people. They're hungry to break out of the algorithm and connect, and these are helping them do that. So another thing that's been on my radar is actually some quite sad research, but something that's quite revealing. Girl Scouts of the USA found that girls are really afraid to grow up, and it made me think that we spend a lot of time discussing the masculinity crisis. And obviously I don't want to diminish that, but we just expect girls to cope. And actually a lot of young girls are very fearful of adulthood. They're growing up amid this perma-crisis, and it's really having an effect on them. It's an attitude that we're going to be exploring really deeply, and we're going to be looking at that gender divide as well and how that's playing out globally in our youth culture macro series coming out in September. And finally, we've got the World Cup. It's due to attract the biggest audience of any sporting event ever, and brand activity is already at fever pitch. We've seen some really amazing activations drumming up early high. One of those was Adidas's retro flea market in Shanghai back in March. It was held in an old primary school, so it really delivered on the nostalgia factor. It conjured up school breaks playing football, and they had a themed canteen, but it also really cleverly tapped into rising trends around Chinese consumers pairing retro football kit with fashion forward items also. So yeah, that's something we're going to be keeping an eye on right up until the tournament begins.